Okay, I was asked to do a video about the XFL. Shane McKenna asked for my opinion on the XFL or thoughts. Just did a little bit of research here on XFL.com, which I would use as a starting point for anybody wanting to learn more quickly. It's a very good website, and I think that says a lot. I mean, people sometimes undervalue the power of a website, but if a website is in order, that's a good starting block, a good sense of, do these guys know what they're doing? Very simple mathematically, 8-team league, 10-week season. You play your division, 2 divisions, East and West. You play your division, rivals twice. You play the other teams once. 4-team playoff. 4 teams out of 8. That's 50%. So, you're in the upper half or in the lower half, and you go the playoffs that way. So I think it's going to be good. I mean, I think that mathematically it's good, it's sound. Bringing in Mr. Luck, Andrew Luck's dad, as some people will call him, it seems to be a good move. He seems to be poised. Vince McMahon has kind of, from my indications, been on the back burner of this thing. Hasn't been very vocal or, in your face. Maybe Vince just wants to be an owner of this league and not, it's not 1998 or 2001 where he was, pushing himself on cheerleaders in the locker room and stuff. So, I mean, this is going to be, I think that you have a nice foundation. I think the bigger picture really for the XFL, the challenge that they face, and I shared in the Wrestling Fans group last night this video, the XFL gets ready for 2020 season but can it survive? The real question of it is really they're facing, the XFL is fighting the legacy of failed spring football leagues. World Football League, USFL, the group from about 2 years ago. All these leagues that have come and gone because the NFL is such a stranglehold on everyone's imagination. When you think of football, you think of National Football League. You don't think of anything else. Maybe you think of the college game, but the college game is really a feeder to the XFL. Now, here's one advantage the XFL has, which was smart. They're not requiring any college commitment from their players, apparently, that a player doesn't have to play a year of college football or 2 or 3 years of college football like the NFL does. They can go right to the XFL. So the XFL, if anyone is going to be pissy about them, it might be the NCAA college people, the boards or whatever, that don't want to pay their players officially, of course, and sometimes they get gifts or whatever under the table. But I think the XFL, based on the website, it's sound. I think the real thing is, does the potential audience want to watch second level professional football? And that's not an insult to anybody who's currently on the XFL roster or players, but they are second level because, quite simply, by our standards, they're not in the NFL. And for American football style, there's no league in the world that has the money and all the fundamentals down, or is the foundation as the NFL. So the XFL, the question is the audience forgiving to watch second tier stuff? And maybe the XFL is going to be a little more humble without McMahon and Steve Austin and The Rock and Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, all these wrestling characters that were such a high in that 2000-2001 era. They're apparently not going to use any of those characters or any. I mean, who would they do now? Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins come out and have a match at halftime? So we don't think that's going to happen. This is strictly football. I'm going to give it up. I'm going to say that they have done their best. I don't know if it will be successful, but if it fails, I don't think it would be because they put together a shoddy presentation or a shoddy show based on the little I've seen on the website. I think it's going to be solid. I think it's up to the audience to be forgiving, meaning the audience has to understand they may not get perfect NFL quality football or whatever you want to call it, but they'll get some football, they'll get something to watch. And the question is if people want more football. So are you ready for some football? That's the question. Are you ready for some second tier football? Are you ready for the XFL? I'm going to give it a shot. I am totally against WWE and Vince McMahon, but just to be in on the conversation, I'll observe a little while, but I won't give my whole life to it. But enjoy it if you watch. MikeMessier.com.